Hey guys, it's Yam and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking this video. Today we are going to talk about credit cards. If you want to know the basics of credit cards, then please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell beside it for more videos from me. This video is going to be about credit cards for beginners. We will also talk about the pros and cons and what you need to know about credit cards. And to those of you who don't have any existing credit cards yet, then this video is perfect for you. I know a certain amount of people who disliked the thought of having credit cards because this might put you in a much deeper hole than you already were, especially when it comes to credit card debt. And there are those who fear of having credit cards simply because of utang, and they don't want to have utang. But don't worry, because by watching this video, you might want to consider having or applying for a credit card. First, we need to know what is a credit card. It is a piece of plastic issued by financial institutions or banks that you can use to pay for your purchases, whether it be goods and or services. In simple words, the bank lets you borrow funds from the approved credit limit, and we have different credit limit, guys, and the limit is decided by the institution issuing the card. Say for example, you used your credit card to pay for your groceries, and as long as you haven't paid for it yet, it is the amount that you owe to your bank at a future date, because each card holder has different due dates. Just to remember, guys, to pay your credit card bills on time and in full, no matter how small the centavo is in your total amount due or in your statement of account. You have to pay it in full, and I will tell you later the reason why. What is the difference between a debit card and a credit card? Debit card allows you to spend money by drawing on funds you have deposited at the bank. For example, you want to use your debit card, you have to deposit money first before you can actually use it. Just like the prepaid SIM, where you have to pay for it first or buy load before you can actually enjoy its services like text, call, use the data, and etc. So you have to put money first in your debit card before you can actually purchase something. On the other hand, a credit card allows you to borrow money from the bank up to a certain limit in order to pay for your purchases, and you have to pay for it on or before your due date. It's kind of similar with the postpaid line, where you get to enjoy its services all you want, but when the cutoff comes, the telecommunications company will charge you for that, and you have to pay for it at a later date. Those are the differences between a debit card and a credit card. How to apply for a credit card? There are lots of ways and lots of options, guys, on how to apply for a credit card. But first, you can go directly to your bank. This was what I actually did, but I'll just share my credit card experience with you on a separate video. In the bank, just tell them that you want to apply for a credit card, and they'll let you fill out an application form, and they will also ask for the requirements. Second option is that you can apply online through credible websites. Personally, I've done this. I've tried applying on these links, but I haven't tried that they approved my application. Usually I just got an email or a text message saying that I can reapply after 6 months. And under online application, I also tried joining Facebook groups where there are agents working at a certain bank who can personally process your application for your credit card. And fortunately, I got my second credit card through this. Third option, you can do walk-ins in malls, but I haven't tried this one yet. For the requirements and qualifications, first you need to fill out an application form, and then you have to submit your government-issued ID, postal ID, TIN or the tax identification number, PhilHealth ID, NSO birth certificate, and other laminated IDs are not allowed. You can use your passport, UMID, or the Unified Multipurpose ID, SSS ID, or your driver's license instead. And third requirement is you have to submit your proof of income. Usually they'll ask for the 3 months latest payslip or the ITR, or the income tax return. How much is the minimum salary required to apply for a credit card? Based on 𝐇𝐈𝐓 𝐓 video, since I also watched her credit card videos, between 10,000 to 15,000 monthly, the bank may issue you a credit card. But since it's your first time to have a credit card, you can't expect a high credit limit. Most of the time, you can be easily approved to have a credit card if you already have an existing credit card, or sometimes it's called a reference card. There's also a huge advantage if you already have a relationship with the bank. You have transactions with them, for example, your debit card, you have your deposits and withdrawals, and they can see your transactions in there. And if you already availed loan from them, for example, housing loan or auto loan, and they will also conduct a CI or a credit investigation. What is the difference between a MasterCard and a Visa? The only real difference between the two is that your card works on the payment network that the company operates. What does that even mean? A Visa won't work on MasterCard's network and vice versa. Not all MasterCard cards are the same, and not all Visa cards are the same, but both are equally well accepted by merchants. You can also get promos and discounts or rebates depending on what credit card they are accepting. What are the types of credit cards? Let's break it down into 3. So the first one would be cards that earn points, or the point generating credit cards. Second would be cards that give you discounts and rebates. And third are cards that give you miles that you can use to book for your flights. Okay, so let's discuss each one of them. For the cards that earn points, or the point generating credit card, you can earn and redeem rewards from a wide array of lifestyle partners, or you can enjoy extra points and sales and get access to all the deals from your favorite brands in food, fashion, travel, and many more. Cards with rebates or discounts. For example, for my BDO credit card, they gave me a credit rebate of 500 pesos for activating my credit card, and they deducted that 500 pesos from my total amount due for that certain month. And this type of card can also give you cashbacks. So my BDO credit card is a Shop More credit card that can give me rebates. The last type of credit card is the one that can give you miles. So instead of getting points, you get miles, where you can convert to flight miles or hotel miles if you are a frequent traveler. But I can't relate to this for now, since I don't have this type of credit card, and we can't travel that much nowadays since we still have a pandemic going on. So guys, stay at your respective houses and stay safe. What are the charges? You can basically have all the information you need if you read the bank's flyers. Everything's in there, the fees and charges that they could possibly charge you. But let's discuss it in today's video. First is annual fee. Usually, first year of annual fee is waived. It's a yearly charge by banks and financial institutions to customers for using their credit cards. And annual fees are generally charged at the start of each year, but these can be waived if you've reached a certain amount spent. You can also opt for the no annual fee for life. You can do this if you apply for a promo for no annual fee for life. And there are also banks who offer no annual fee for life, or NAFFL, like my PNB credit card. Next is interest charges. If you don't pay your credit card bill in full, there will be interest charges. If you received your SOA or eSOA, your statement of account, pay the total amount due and not just the minimum amount due. As long as you pay it on time, on or before the deadline, and in full, there will be no interest charges. But failure to do so, you will be charged with 2% interest plus the existing amount due, and we don't want that here, okay? Guys, so pay it on time and in full. There's also what you call cash advance fee, because you can also avail this service. You can use your credit card to withdraw in ATMs to get cash, and when it's billing time, you'll usually be charged with 4% interest. I don't recommend you guys to do this because of the huge interest rate, and it's not really wise to use cash advance. If you're also traveling out of the country, usually there will be cross-border charges. You will be charged with an additional 2.5% for using your credit card. And lastly, the over limit fee. It is when you exceed with the allowable credit limit. What are the pros and cons of having a credit card? Is having a credit card a good or bad thing? I don't know. You decide. But for me, I use credit card to my advantage, and it really depends on every individual on how they use and handle their credit card. And for me, if I want to borrow cash or funds from the bank, I just use my credit card and not cash to supplement income between pay periods. And I can use my cash on other things, or I can let it generate money for me to pay for my credit card. For the pros of having a credit card, number one, it is a great way to build your credit score. Your credit history is your track record of borrowing money and paying it back. And as early and as young as 22, I want to start building my credit history. Your credit history determines your credit score, which is helpful for lenders to know whether you're a good candidate for having a credit card or a loan if you want to buy a house or a car in the near future. Number two, convenience. I don't need to bring cash with me all the time. I can just conveniently bring with me my credit card anywhere, anytime. Oh my goodness, that rhymes. Anyway, especially when you want to buy a new phone or a laptop, I don't think you want to bring 80,000 to 100,000 plus cash with you on hand to pay for it at the mall. You can just use your credit card and you can avail 0% interest for a term of 12 months or 24 months. It is amazing. And you can also use your credit card to pay online. Just input your credit card details and you're good to go. Third one would be reward points. Most companies offer rewards such as cashbacks or airline miles for using them regularly. Credit cards are more secure than cash. Credit cards offer another level of security because once your cash is gone, it's gone. But if you lose your credit card or someone steals your information, the credit card company can put a hold on it to avoid fraudulent purchases. If there are pros of having a credit card, of course, there will also be cons of having a credit card. Number one is the high cost of borrowing. Although credit cards are convenient, many come with high interest rate charged on borrowed funds, especially when you don't pay it on time and in full, guys. There will be service fees and late payment fees and etc. We discussed it a while ago, but yes, avoid those kinds of fees. So pay your credit card bill on time and in full. Number two, overspending. It's so easy to dig yourself into a hole. Depending on your credit limit, a new credit card may suddenly give you access to more funds than you've already had in the past, making it so easy to overspend. If you are not disciplined, just spend what you can reasonably afford each month. For example, for my BDO credit card, I use it to pay for my groceries every month, and for my PNB credit card, I use it to pay for my Netflix subscription. And the last one would be scam or fraud. There's what we call phishing or stealing of user data, your credentials, and sometimes including your credit card numbers. So we really have to be careful about this, guys. We have to be cautious, especially when receiving an email. Just check if it's really the legitimate email from the bank, because usually there are a lot of credit card scam or fraud that happened online. So please be careful and please be a responsible credit card holder. Alright guys, so that's it for this week's video. I really hope you learned a thing or two from me this week. And yeah, you yourself, you're the only one who can decide if you want to avail or if you want to have a credit card or not. If this video has been informative to you, then please don't forget to click the like button, and please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell beside it so you will be notified whenever I upload a new video. This has been Yamyam saying goodbye and see you next time. Bye guys!